I'm just going to do a video of this car. I was going to take some pictures, but I'll do some video. It'll probably show you much better everything that I can see wrong with this. It's as you know, there's the ocean there, and apparently the water came up over. From what I can see, we've had probably water up to here. So, you know, you're just over the wheels up to here. Looking in the engine bay, I've just taken out the battery and there's water in there. All of the belt drives are all rusted, so there's been salt water spray come through here as well. I took off the air filter mesh before. It doesn't seem to have water inside there, but there is a slight amount of salt residue in the bottom of the pipe, so it may or may not have gotten into the turbo. That front bumper's quite hanging off. Just give you a decent look at the car. I honestly think that this car is just going to be a parts car. You know, you could fix it, but it's going to take a bit of work. So even if we send it back to auction, I think it's going to take quite a hit because it's not running. It'll be in the junk section. I don't know what the best plan of attack would be. Probably you could save some money by bringing it into the US and selling it out wholesale for not much loss. You know, getting somebody there to fix it, or fix it yourself. I've put a battery pack on it, and there is no ignition happening at all. Lights on the dash are coming on. You know, I can see the salt water being on the bottom of the seat there. There's no water residue inside the glove box. Nothing inside the console. And that seat there looks like it's been dry. So, you know, it's only been 2 or 3 inches of water in the bottom, because this seat, the foam goes right down to the bottom. This is why the salt water's come through here. This one's just a full plastic bucket, so it hasn't come up too far. So, you know, you've had water up to the sill, the level of this sill, I'd say, which is, I think your electronics will all be okay. There'll be rust on the transmission, the clutch parts and all that. I can't get the driver's side door to open. I don't know what the boot's like. Looking in the back there, it all looks fairly dry. It's the stereo there. I don't know why it's out of the car. Try and get this boot open. So nothing's been wet in here, but the condensation of just sitting here and the carpet's drying out look to have caused a bit of condensation. The boot well is full of water. Doesn't taste salty, so it's probably just rainwater. You know, having an alarm system on the car as well, it's probably fried the electronics in that. That's probably why it's not starting, something to do with the immobilizer. Exhaust is all rusted up underneath. You can see all the bolts, some of the pipes starting to rust. I can't really see too much from here. It's fairly low, this car, but it's not too much damage underneath it, I think. You know, obviously things are going to rust. You're going to need new discs all around. Wheel lugs have got rust in it. You know, there's been a lot of salt spray from the ocean come in. One good thing is that we've had the odometer verified. I strongly suggest that you just bring it in, part it out, or sell it to somebody that wants to restore it. That's probably your cheapest option. Like, you know, I can't remember what we paid for. I think it was 1.1 or 1.2 million for this car. If we sent it back to auction, I'm going to estimate that we'd probably get 500,000 or 600,000 yen for it as a non-runner. So, you know, Yasu said he was going to split the difference in the cost or the loss. So, you know, you're up for 250,000 yen at least, I'd say, maybe more, just to run it back through auction in Japan as a junker. Anyway, you know, the car needs a bit of work. The front bar's hanging off it. This quarter guard's got a scrape there. You have to pull the gearbox out, get it running, get all the rust off the parts in there, flush the gearbox, possibly a new engine and turbo, but I think the engine would be okay as long as there's no salt water being in there. Like I said, I had the air filter off and I saw a little bit of salt water contamination there, but not too much. So, you know, you can assume the worst. It needs a new engine. You know, I don't know what you could get for it as a restoration car in the US, but I think it's going to be a lot better than what you can get here at auction. You might even break even with it. Somebody will look at it and go, well, needs a new engine and transmission and, you know, a bit of a clean up. It's probably alright for somebody to spend a bit of time on. It's not usually what you guys do, but you know, you could wholesale it, get rid of it that way. Some of the red paints there coming off there as well. Get it going? Anyway, just do the once around again. This is definitely not going to be running in Japan again. It's too much effort for the Japanese shops. It'll cost millions of yen to fix here. This one, like I said, ship it out. I think you'll get less of a loss for it as a parts car in the US for somebody to restore. You'll probably nearly get your money back for it. You tell me. Oh, I'm just here to check it out today, try and get it running. I've borrowed some batteries and a jump pack and jump leads, and you know, the dash lights come on, but no one's home. That's all it does. It doesn't click over, doesn't even try and start. Nothing's happening. Anyway, I'll stop this video here, and I guess I'll talk to you on the phone after you've seen the video.